guys? Combat Insiders here, Joshua Furs. We got a special guest via Skype. We got Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier. You might have heard, if you haven't heard already, the guy's fighting the Spider Anderson Silva UFC 237 in Brazil, I believe, right? It's going to be in Brazil?
Yeah, still in Brazil.
It's going to be
I don't think it's going to be in Curitiba anymore, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then they changed it to Rio, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in May. And, man, I was just telling him, I'm super pumped for this fight. I guess, man, if you don't mind, tell us, how did the fight come about? How did it happen?
I found out the same day the whole world found out. I found out a little earlier, of course, because they,
right.
Informed me of it.
Yeah.
But, for the longest I had been, we had a verbal agreement to fight someone else, to fight Jacare. So, to be honest, I personally feel that fight wasn't going to happen anyway. So, especially with the title fight on the line, it didn't come. It didn't happen. But I felt that he would wait for that to unfold and try to throw himself in there to get closer to that title shot. And I don't think number 3, looking back at number 9, is necessarily getting too close to the title. If you look at the numbers, you know what I'm saying. But the UFC doesn't make the numbers. The UFC rarely abides by the numbers, as we all know. Everybody's got their complaints, but they need to understand that the UFC doesn't look at the numbers. The UFC looks at the fights. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're there. That's what they're there to do. But I got the call the same day you guys got the call, and the same day you guys find out, which was a surprise to me because I said yes, absolutely, I'm gonna fight him, and he must have said yes, the same. And next thing you know, the news outlets are getting the buzz from the big man, and the whole world is, going crazy about it. So I'm excited too.
I mean, how do you feel? I guess, do you kind of have to separate? Because I imagine, I don't know that there's an MMA fighter on the planet who wasn't a fan of Anderson Silva at some point. Is it hard for you, knowing that you're facing him, to kind of separate the maybe the aura of Anderson Silva, or is it just another fight? He's just another guy to you.
To anybody else, he has an aura. To me, he's just a man. Right. He's a bag of bones and blood, and he's got organs that work the exact same way mine do. So he may be able to do extraordinary things with his, his avatar, his body, but I can too. So it's going to be one hell of a fight. All the respect to him and all the things that he's done. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can deny any of that. Right. So to be honest, this is my first time actually looking at him like a solid opponent. Like, I'm actually going to be fighting this man. So I'm watching videos and stuff, just looking at him as an opponent. Yeah. And when I watch those videos, man, just seeing all those fights all over again, and watching them from my perspective, it just makes me more excited for the fight, man. This guy is really good, and it's going to be fun for me to get in there and mix it up with him on the feet, and I'll be interested to see if he tries to take me down. Yeah. Usually everybody goes for a takedown, so we'll see what happens with this one.
So I guess let's backtrack, man. Let's backtrack just a little bit. So, Thiago Santos was coming up, and he was on a hot streak. David Branch takes him out. Nobody thought David Branch was going to beat Thiago Santos. David Branch, you fight him. He was supposed to fight Jacare. Something happened with Jacare. Here you come. You step in. You knock him out. You kind of steal that momentum from him, and then kind of here you are, right? I mean, what a crazy. I have to imagine, after the fight with David Branch, and now you're fighting arguably the best pound for pound of all time, right? And you're fighting him in just a few months, man. I mean, what a whirlwind. Does it all kind of sink into you like that, or is it just like you said? It's just another day at the office. He's just another guy. I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah, on paper, it's definitely a whirlwind. Me coming down from heavyweight and having this big splash in middleweight. And now I have, the GOAT, Anderson Silva, the Spider, is going to be standing across the octagon from me. So, yeah, on paper, it definitely looks like a storied sort of turn of events, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, for me, it's another day in the office. It's exciting to say the least. You know, it's very exciting, to actually see that at the horizon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then to be able to look, to go beyond and see what can happen and what's going to happen, because I'm going to grab this bull by the horns. I'm going to break his fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down.
What did you think of him and Izzy?
It was definitely a good stand-up fight. Yeah, it was just a really good fight. Two guys who are really honed in and seeing everything unfold in front of them at light speed. You know what I'm saying? At ludicrous speed. You know what I'm saying? And it was really fun. It was really informative to watch too. I learned from every fight that I watch, and I just learned something. Just from watching that fight. I learned that when you have two very elite strikers in the octagon, it's going to be an exciting fight. Now take me and put me in Izzy's place. You know what I'm saying? This is going to happen. I personally feel that I'm going to knock him out because I feel like I can knock out anybody. I can make that happen. I've trained myself to be able to make that make those shots happen. And again, it's another fight. I level up after every fight, so you can expect to see a better me. So it's going to be good, So,
well, let's look at the overall picture of the middleweight situation, right? Because we've had the Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero. That fight's been back and forth a couple times where they were supposed to fight, and one of them gets hurt, and the other one gets hurt. Blah blah blah. You got Jack Ray Souza. You said he's kind of, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's waiting on the title fight. Now you have, with Whitaker having that digestional intestine problem saying that he had in Australia. Now you got the Kelvin Gastelum and Izzy for the interim belt, right? You got Weidman, which I believe he's injured. I'm not 100% on it. I believe he got hurt. I could be wrong. And and then there's you, man. There's kind of right there with this. I know you don't want to look past that. I know a lot of guys say I don't want to look past my opponent, and I get that. But I'm sure you thought about this. You've seen it. Say you get past Silva, that's like you said. The rankings don't matter. I think he's 15, but it doesn't matter. I think an impressive performance over Silva. I really think you could just catapult. If you go and take Silva's head off, man, in the first round or whatever it is, my God, like you said, him being 15 is irrelevant. You just knocked off the head of the GOAT, Anderson Silva. Where do you think that puts you, man? Do you think that puts you right up into that, that top tier of the division?
Probably, more than likely. Who knows? I mean, shit. Israel, he just got a title shot after beating Anderson.
Right.
So anything can happen. I don't really concern myself with what can happen after. All I know is that it's going to be good. Because to be honest, I don't plan on losing. I'm not going to lose. But, whether I win or lose is going to be an exciting fight.
Yeah.
And that could only be good for your career, to have really good fights, especially with the UFC. You know what I'm saying? If you put on exciting fights, it could only go good for you. I plan on not taking no damage. And with that being said, that only lends itself to me winning. So here we go.
Who do you think is going to win between Izzy and Kelvin Gastelum?
I hate picking fights, man. I really hate picking fights. Everybody always asks, who do you think is going to win?
Yeah.
Anything can happen, like I said, Israel's an elite striker. He can see pretty much anything coming his way. So, and he's trained the proper reactions.
Yeah.
Gastelum is a really good wrestler who can lean on his striking. You know what I'm saying? Who's got some decent striking? Who's got some dynamic striking? He throws some shots. Yeah. He can knock your head off too.
Yeah.
And he can go back to his wrestling. So, but he's definitely way shorter than Israel. So, anything can happen. One thing I do feel is going to happen is that Gastelum is going to go forward.
Mm.
So whatever comes from that, you know,
Yeah.
comes from it. Either he gets a takedown or maybe he catches a knee coming in. Anything could happen.
If Anderson Silva was in front of you right now, what would you say to him?
Peace, love. Let's go in there and have some fun.
All right.
You know, respect, and it's going to be an honor to be in there. You know, across the cage for one of the greats. But I'm gonna treat him, and I'll probably talk to him like I would talk to any man,
Yeah.
Anywhere. You know, I'm gonna shake his hand, and you know, I would definitely, you know, again, like I said, I would definitely acknowledge his feats and you know, again, like I said, I've watched him. He's a teacher for me.
Yeah.
Everybody is a teacher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, but like I said, I'll treat him like anybody else, you know. So
All right, guys. Well, Jared, I think I speak for the entire MMA world. Like I said, we're super pumped for it, man, because you're super explosive, and I think you're super exciting to watch. So I think we're all going to be glued to see that fight. Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier. Check him out. It's going to be UFC 237 in Brazil, and it's May 11th versus the Spider Anderson Silva. Don't miss it. Check it out. And I'm Josh Furs. We're Combat Insiders, and we're out.